Hi everybody. Welcome back to the ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we dive into a whirlwind of drama and suspense as shocking events unfold in Port Charles on Wednesday, July. Hi guys. From devastating news that shatters families to fiery disasters and secret dealings, the residents of this beloved town are in for a roller coaster of emotions. Let's explore the intricate web of relationships, uncover hidden motives, and delve into the chaos that threatens to tear lives apart. With fresh perspectives and expanded details that will keep you on the edge of your seat. First, let's turn our attention to the Corinthos and Davis families, who are about to be rocked by a bombshell. Sonny Corinthos, the powerful yet perpetually troubled patriarch, alongside Molly Lansing Davis and her mother Alexis Davis, will receive news so chilling it sends shivers down their spines. The trio, already accustomed to navigating treacherous waters, will find themselves grappling with a sense of dread as whispers of a catastrophic event reach their ears. While the specifics of this revelation remain under wraps for now, the impact is palpable. Tears will fall, voices will tremble, and a unified determination to protect their loved ones will emerge. Meanwhile, Christina Corinthos Davis, Sonny's daughter, finds herself in a perilous situation, desperately needing a savior. As danger looms ever closer, the question remains, who will step up to pull her from the brink of disaster? This family, tested time and again, will face yet another trial that could either strengthen their bond or fracture it beyond repair. Elsewhere in Port Charles, a storm is brewing at the iconic Windermere estate. Alexis Davis, known for her sharp legal mind and unyielding resolves, storms into a heated confrontation with the enigmatic Jen Sidwell. Their clash is not merely a battle of wits but a full-blown war over a critical legal matter. Alexis, ever the protector of justice, demands that no documents be filed until she has meticulously reviewed every detail, refusing to let anything slip through the cracks. Her insistence on transparency puts her at odds with Sidwell, whose cryptic demeanor only fuels her suspicions. As tempers flare, a sudden phone call interrupts their argument, delivering news that shakes Alexis to her core. Learning of a devastating fire at Charlie's pub, a beloved local haunch can't help but point an accusing finger at Sidwell, suspecting his involvement in this sinister act. With her heart racing, she abandons the argument to rush to the scene, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and a growing sense of foreboding about Sidwell's true intentions. At the sprawling Quartermain mansion, tension simmers as Cody Bell bursts into a conversation between Molly Lansing Davis and Sasha Gilmore Corbin with distressing updates. His arrival is like a thunderclap, shattering the calm as he reveals the horrifying news of Charlie's pub being consumed by flames. The weight of his words lands heavily on Molly, whose thoughts immediately turn to her sister Christina, potentially caught in the inferno. Fear grips her heart as she imagines the worst, her protective instincts kicking into overdrive. Nearby, Michael Corinthos, another pillar of the family, shares in this gnawing anxiety. Turning to Sasha for solace, he pours out his worries about Christina's safety, wondering if this disaster is a targeted attack on their family. The Quartermain estate, often a sanctuary of wealth and power, becomes a hub of dread as they await word on the fate of their loved one, each passing moment stretching into an eternity of uncertainty. In another corner of town, Hannah Devane, the ever-resolute police commissioner, steps into action with a commanding presence. Her voice cuts through the chaos as she issues a firm directive to her team: find him, though her target remains a mystery. Speculation swirls that she suspects Jen Sidwell of orchestrating a vicious act of retaliation against Sonny Corinthos. Could this be tied to the fire at Charlie's pub? Anna's determination to uncover the truth hints at an impending showdown, as she prepares to drag answers out of anyone who stands in her way. Her pursuit of justice is relentless, driven by a deep-seated need to protect Port Charles from spiraling further into darkness. As clues begin to surface, Anna's investigation promises to unearth secrets that could either save lives or shatter them entirely. Meanwhile, outside Natalia Ramirez's hotel suite, Detective Harrison Chase arrives with an officer in tow, urgency etched across his face. They pound on the door, insisting Natalia open up for a crucial conversation, but silence greets them. Unbeknownst to Chase, Natalia lies inside, unconscious from a dangerous mix of pills, teetering on the edge of a fatal overdose. The stakes couldn't be higher as time slips away. On the other side of town, Marco Rios, who had messaged Natalia of his imminent arrival, is en route when he's met with a jaw-dropping sight. "What the hell?" he exclaims from behind the wheel, his voice a mix of shock and disbelief in the preview clip. Could he be witnessing Natalia being rushed to the hospital on a stretcher, or has he stumbled upon the raging inferno at Charlie's pub? In a twist of fate, there's a chance ironically Sidwell's son might emerge as Christina's unlikely hero, rescuing her from the flames. Such a turn would add layers of complexity to the already tangled web of alliances and enmities, especially if Sidwell himself ordered the arson as an act of vengeance. Back at the crime scene, Chase eventually teams up with Anna, racing against the clock to piece together the events of this tragic night. Their efforts bear fruit as Christina is pulled to safety from the smoldering ruins of Charlie's pub, and firefighters manage to extinguish the blaze. However, the danger is far from over. An investigation into the arson looms on the horizon, with every clue pointing to a deliberate act meant to harm. As they sift through the ashes, Anna and Chase are determined to uncover who lit the match and why, knowing that the answers could expose a deeper conspiracy threatening the heart of Port Charles. The road to justice will be paved with obstacles, but their resolve remains unshakable. On a different front, Jason Morgan triggers alarm bells for Sonny with a seemingly innocuous piece of information. Natalia has missed her scheduled flight. While this tidbit might seem trivial at first, it pales in comparison to the gut-wrenching revelation that Charlie's pub was set ablaze with Christina trapped inside. Sonny's blood boils as he connects the dots, immediately suspecting Sidwell's hand in this vicious attack. His protective instincts as a father surge to the forefront, fury mingling with fear as he vows to make whoever endangered his daughter pay dearly. Despite the initial wave of horror that engulfs Sonny, Alexis, and Molly, a collective sigh of relief washes over them upon learning Christina has survived the ordeal. Yet, Alexis's relief is tinged with lingering terror. She has buried loved ones before and refuses to lose another daughter to the shadows that haunt their lives. Her resolve hardens. She will stand as a shield against any future threats, no matter the cost. Lastly, a subtle but intriguing dynamic unfolds between Jack Brennan and Josslyn. Jack, with his no-nonsense demeanor, lays down strict boundaries during a tense exchange, whether over a hushed phone call or face-to-face. The air crackles with unspoken tension as Carly Spencer walks into the kitchen to find Josslyn visibly rattled. A mother's intuition kicks in, and Carly's curiosity is piqued by her daughter's uneasy demeanor. "What are you up to?" she probes, her tone laced with suspicion. Josslyn, however, deflects with rehearsed excuses, desperate to keep her involvement with the World Security Bureau WSB a closely guarded secret. Her evasive answers only deepen Carly's unease, setting the stage for a potential rift between mother and daughter as hidden truths threaten to surface. Josslyn's covert journey into a dangerous world could have far-reaching consequences, ones that even her fierce determination might not be able to outrun. Next, we're diving deep into a cauldron of conflict and heartbreak as tensions boil over in Port Charles during the week of June 30th. Hello guys. A fierce rivalry between Sonny Corinthos and Jen Sidwell ignites with catastrophic consequences. While tragic personal struggles threaten to turn an already volatile situation into a full-blown catastrophe. With new layers of intrigue, unexpected twists, and expanded details, we'll explore the fiery confrontations, devastating losses, and shadowy motives that could reshape the lives of our favorite characters forever. Buckle up for a roller coaster of emotions as we unpack the chaos that awaits. To kick things off, let's delve into the brewing storm between two of Port Charles's most formidable figures, Sonny Corinthos, the hardened mob boss with a complex moral compass, and Jen Sidwell, a mysterious and ruthless adversary. Their feud is set to explode during this pivotal week, with rumors swirling that Sidwell may strike the first devastating blow. Whispers point to a horrifying incident at Charlie's pub, a cherished local spot, where flames will rage while Sonny's beloved daughter, Christina Corinthos Davis, remains inside. The mere thought of Christina trapped in such peril sends chills through the community, raising urgent questions about her fate. Will she emerge with just a few scrapes and a story to tell, or will she be forced to battle for her very survival against the unrelenting inferno? At this juncture, it's impossible to confirm Sidwell's involvement. Could this be his calculated warning shot at Sonny, or is there a darker, unseen force at play? The uncertainty only heightens the dread as the Corinthos family braces for the worst, their hearts heavy with fear for Christina's safety. Amidst this fiery chaos, another tragedy unfolds on a more personal, yet equally harrowing, note with Natalia Ramirez. The latest previews paint a grim picture of Natalia's downward spiral as she succumbs to the numbing embrace of alcohol. In a haunting clip, we see her sprawled on a couch, visibly intoxicated, her body slumping lifelessly as her eyes roll back, a chilling image that suggests she may be teetering on the edge of oblivion. Is this a momentary lapse, or does it foreshadow a fatal end? General Hospital is notorious for crafting deceptive previews that toy with our expectations, often leading fans down a path only to pivot at the last moment. While it's tempting to speculate about Natalia's demise, the truth remains elusive. Could she be battling alcohol poisoning in silence, or is there a deeper, more sinister plot at play? Her fragile state adds a layer of tragedy to an already tense narrative, leaving viewers to wonder if she'll become another casualty in Port Charles's relentless drama. The stakes rise even higher as we explore the dynamics surrounding Natalia through the eyes of her son, Marco Rios. Marco has been on edge ever since learning that his mother planned to flee town, abandoning a potential deal with ADA Justine Turner to mitigate her DUI charges. His anxiety is compounded by the fear that Sonny, with his ruthless reputation, might eliminate Natalia to silence the damaging secrets she holds about him. Natalia once made it clear to Sonny that she possessed information capable of destroying him, a dangerous move in the world of crime bosses who rarely let such threats linger. In a heartbreaking twist, Natalia had clung to the hope that Sonny would join her in this supposed new life he orchestrated for her. When that illusion shattered, she sought solace in the bodily recurring escape that's grown alarmingly frequent. Marco's insider knowledge of mob tactics, courtesy of his father Sidwell, fuels his dread that Sonny might orchestrate a permanent solution to the Natalia problem, setting the stage for a devastating misunderstanding. Adding to the complexity, Natalia's unpredictable actions further complicate matters. Despite being under strict orders to leave for her new life immediately, she defied Sonny's security detail stationed outside her hotel room. Slipping away unnoticed, she made a surprise appearance at Daisy's christening during the June 27th episode, a sacred family event that Sonny holds dear. Her presence, fueled by inebriation and desperation, is a direct affront to Sonny's authority, and he is unlikely to let such disobedience slide. Determined to maintain control, Sonny will likely dispatch one of his trusted enforcers to escort her back to the hotel with haste, ensuring she's removed from his granddaughter's celebration. However, her intoxicated state raises alarming concerns as she consumed a lethal amount of alcohol. If left alone in her room, could she succumb to poisoning before anyone discovers her condition? The tragic possibility looms that Marco might be the one to stumble upon his mother in a lifeless state, immediately assuming Sonny's involvement rather than a self-inflicted tragedy. Such a discovery would shatter Marco, igniting a personal vendetta against the Corinthos patriarch. Meanwhile, the fire at Charlie's pub remains a pivotal flashpoint in this escalating conflict, though its true nature is shrouded in mystery. It's conceivable that Sidwell intended the blaze as a minor scurry, a subtle yet pointed message to Sonny to tread carefully with it crossing into irreparable harm. But fires are unpredictable beasts. Will this one remain contained, allowing Christina a swift escape with minimal injury, or will it rage out of control, endangering her life? Alternatively, the narrative could take an unexpected turn. What if Sidwell isn't the mastermind behind the arson at all? A hidden enemy, lurking in the shadows of Port Charles, might be pulling the strings, using the feud as a smokescreen for their own sinister agenda. The uncertainty gnaws at everyone involved, as the potential for collateral damage grows with each passing hour. Christina's survival hangs in a fragile balance, her family praying she emerges unscathed while fearing the worst. The potential fallout from Natalia's plight could be the spark that transforms this simmering rivalry into an all-out mob war. Should Natalia meet a tragic end, whether by alcohol poisoning or otherwise, both Marco and Sidwell are likely to pin the blame on Sonny, regardless of the evidence. Even though Sidwell and Natalia shared no deep bond, her role as the mother of his son carries weight. Sidwell, a man driven by pride and power, would view any attack on his family as a personal affront, demanding swift and brutal retribution. Marco's grief, meanwhile, would fuel Sidwell's resolve, turning father and son into a united front against Sonny. The emotional toll on Marco would be immense, his sorrow morphing into a thirst for vengeance that could blind him to reason. If misconceptions take root, the streets of Port Charles could become a battleground, with neither side willing to yield until blood is spilled and scores are settled. As this volatile clash unfolds, ABC General Hospital spoilers hint at a grim reality. The loved ones of both Sonny and Sidwell are poised to become unwitting pawns in this deadly game. Caught in the crossfire of a battle for dominance, families will be torn apart, alliances will crumble, and innocent lives may be sacrificed in the name of pride and retribution. How far will this conflict spiral before a resolution is reached? Will cooler heads prevail, or will the thirst for power and revenge consume all in its path? The quaint town of Port Charles, already scarred by countless tragedies, braces for a storm unlike any other own that could leave permanent marks on its residents. The question lingers, just how much devastation will this war unleash, and who will pay the ultimate price for the sins of these criminal titans? Next, we're delving into the emotional turmoil and complex family dynamics rocking Port Charles, with a special focus on poor Joe, who's been caught in a whirlwind of revelations and heartbreak. The young violinist, portrayed with remarkable depth by Giovanni Mazza, has seen his world turned upside down, and we're here to unpack every layer of this gripping storyline. From shocking parentage discoveries to heated confrontations and the fragile hope of reconciliation, we've expanded the narrative with fresh details and inventive twists to bring you a deeper look into Gio's journey. Let's explore the struggles, the pain, and the potential for healing in this father-son saga that promises to keep us glued to our screens. First, let's paint the picture of Gio's current state, a young man whose life has been shattered by a bombshell revelation on the streets of Port Charles. Imagine the ground beneath you crumbling as you learn that Dante Falconeri and Brooklyn Quartermain, two pillars of the community, are your biological parents. For Joe, this truth has not only upended his sense of identity but also severed the trust he once held in those around him. Every relationship, every memory, now feels tainted by deception. As if this emotional earthquake wasn't enough, the sting of betrayal is compounded by a painful incident from before the big reveal. Dante, in a moment of misplaced anger, unleashed a torrent of harsh words on Joe, wrongly accusing him of contributing to Rocco's accidental alcohol overdose during a chaotic night at a local hangout. The verbal lashing left scars on Gio's heart, a wound made even deeper when the truth of their connection came to light, rendering those cruel words a bitter pill to swallow from his own father. Stepping into the spotlight to shed light on this intense arc is none other than Giovanni Mazza, the talented actor breathing life into Gio's struggles. In a candid interview with Soap Opera Digest, Mazza shared his unbridled enthusiasm for tackling such a meaty and emotionally charged storyline. He expressed a particular fascination with exploring the rocky terrain of a dysfunctional father-son bond with Dante. "I'm absolutely thrilled to dive into this messy, complicated relationship," Mazza confided, his voice brimming with excitement. He contrasted this fictional dynamic with his own positive bond with his real-life father, noting that portraying this fractured connection offers a unique opportunity to delve into uncharted emotional depths. Mazza eagerly anticipates the slow, arduous process of watching Joe and Dante rebuild from the rubble of their initial interactions, hinting at a journey filled with both conflict and catharsis that will test the limits of their newfound kinship on the bustling streets of Port Charles. However, the path to any semblance of harmony is littered with obstacles, as Mazza pointed out during his heartfelt discussion. The sting of Dante's earlier verbal assault looms large over Joe, a moment that stripped him of his sense of agency and left him reeling. Mazza elaborated, "Joe feels as though Dante ripped away his strength and dignity in the wake of Rocco's hospitalization during that heated confrontation at the hospital waiting room. Now, he's on a mission to reclaim that power." This struggle for control and respect adds a simmering tension to their every interaction. As Joe wrestles with feelings of resentment while grappling with the reality of Dante being his father, the air between them crackles with unspoken grievances, each encounter a potential landmine that could detonate their fragile dynamic. Will Gio's quest to stand tall push him to confront Dante in ways that deepen their rift, or will it pave the way for understanding? Only time will tell in this emotionally charged tug-of-war. Mazza further hinted at the high stakes of this evolving relationship, suggesting that the strain between Joe and Dante might stretch to its absolute breaking point before any resolution emerges. He posed a compelling question to fans: which of these two stubborn souls will be the first to crack under the pressure of their clashing wills? Yet, beneath the surface of their bitter exchanges, Mazza believes a flicker of love persists, buried under layers of hurt and misunderstanding. Despite everything, there's an undercurrent of care and connection. It just manifests in unconventional, often painful ways, he mused. This glimmer of hope suggests that reconciliation, though distant, isn't entirely out of reach. Perhaps a shared crisis involving Rocco or a poignant family gathering at the Quartermain estate could serve as the catalyst for them to confront their buried emotions, offering a chance to mend what's been broken in the shadow of Port Charles's looming skyline. Reflecting on the process of bringing these intense scenes to life, Mazza couldn't contain his joy at the raw, authentic energy that fueled his performances alongside Dominic Zamprogna, who plays Dante with captivating intensity. He described their on-screen altercations as one of the most exhilarating acting experiences I've ever had. Mazza praised Zamprogna's genuine portrayal, noting how it allowed him to respond with equal sincerity, creating a palpable sense of realism in their fiery exchanges. Their confrontations felt less like scripted drama and more like a visceral, personal battle, two warriors clashing in a war of words and wounds. One particular scene outside Kelly's diner, where accusations flew like daggers under the flickering streetlights, left an indelible mark on Mazza, who relished the chance to bare Gio's soul in such a raw and filtered moment. This authenticity promises to captivate audiences, pulling us deeper into the heart of their turbulent bond. Yet, as we peer into the horizon of this father-son saga, it's clear that the road ahead will grow even rockier before any sunrise of understanding dawns. Spoilers tease that upcoming episodes will throw fresh challenges into Gio and Dante's path, exacerbating their already strained connection. Whispers around town suggest a misunderstanding over a family heirloom, a cherished violin passed down through generations, could ignite another explosive argument, with Dante questioning Gio's loyalty in a public setting, perhaps during a tense family dinner at the Corinthos compound. Meanwhile, Gio's lingering pain over the Rocco incident might find an outlet in reckless behavior, drawing concern from Brooklyn, who's desperate to bridge the gap between her son and husband. Each misstep threatens to widen the chasm between them, yet it also underscores the messy, human nature of family, where love and conflict often dance in an easy tandem amidst Port Charles's ever-dramatic backdrop. As we wrap up this deep dive into Gio's world, the future remains a tantalizing mystery filled with potential heartbreak and healing. Will Gio and Dante find a way to navigate their tumultuous relationship, or will their pride and pain drive an irreversible wedge between them? The emotional stakes couldn't be higher, and with Giovanni Mazza's powerful performance at the helm, we're in for a masterclass in storytelling. Stay tuned to ABC General Hospital for every twist and turn of this compelling arc, and keep joining us here for the latest spoilers and insights. Your passion for these intricate tales of family and redemption keeps our channel thriving, and we can't wait to explore the next chapter of Gio's journey with you. Thank you for being part of our community. Until next time, keep the drama alive.